right down, relax, open your ears real wide and say, give it to me straight, doctor, I can take it.
Kick the chops out from under the wheels. Flaps up. No offense, Margaret. Contact. We're off. Rum, rum.
Doctor, doctor, give me the news. I got a bad case of loving you.
Oh, what heights will hit? On with the show, this is it.
Good morning. It is another molasses morning here in the old homestead. Just dragging one pot of coffee. This is the last cup down the neck and still not feeling it. Also have Southern sweet tea out of a mason jar because that's how we roll. So I'm going to throw the link out this morning to a couple of folks. We're going to do a little wake up stream here. Get some of our friends to come hang out. Have some coffee with us this morning. If you hear a background humming, that's my air conditioner running for just a couple of minutes. It's not terribly hot here, but it was humid here in my studio, and the AC's filter will clear that right out. I lost my tab. So work goes on a damn dirty thing. Going to be updating that here in a moment. We'll bring out a friend. Good morning, brother.
It's a damn dirty thing.
A damn dirty thing. Good morning. Did you see what I sent you?
I just rolled off the rack. What's up?
Well, you sent me morning live stream question mark. I said, what are you, a damn mind reader? I was setting it up.
No, I woke up, I looked, I seen you were online. I seen you were awake.
Well,
and
that's
it was like,
always,
okay, I'm awake, you're awake.
Yeah, the little indicator that says that, not always true.
Oh, I know.
My computer's always on, and I always have those tabs open. So
yeah, me too, usually.
Yeah. How you doing, brother?
I'm dog sitting this weekend. As you can see, we have a different backdrop.
Oh, okay. All right. No, I couldn't tell. You're really dark. Yeah.
See, what can I do for you? There you go.
Your dog sitting. Cool, yeah. Cool.
I'm hanging with the pit bulls this weekend. You know.
All weekend?
Pete and Tasha are going up north, going hunting and shit, whatever. Just like, there's, I mean, I don't know how to say this without just saying it, but there's some people you can trust. And, I'm on that very short list of people they know they can trust to come watch the dogs. So here I am,
Pardon me while I barf up a lung.
You do that. I'm jealous of you right now because you have coffee and I do not.
Yeah. I was just saying this is the last, well, I'm down to a quarter cup now. Last quarter cup out of the first pot of the morning. Still not feeling it, brother.
Yeah. I
And
got.
I've been up since 4:30. Actually,
wait.
4. Sorry, got up at 4.
Yeah.
And we put the dog out, and it immediately the bottom fell out, so I had to let her back in. So it's a rainy morning here in the deep south. I got to blow my nose, y'all. Excuse me.
Yeah. You sound like me, huh?
Here's a weird thing that only started in the last couple of years. I have a cold every day for about
In the morning.
a half hour. Yeah,
Yeah.
and then it just goes away.
I'll wake up all stuffed up, completely stuffed up.
I'll have
And
coughing, sneezing, stopped up, and then
go back to sleep for a minute and wake up fine.
well, or if I stay up, it goes away about a half hour. Hey, you can't see over my shoulder right here because of my work lights.
Mhm.
But, got a nice painting going on back there for Kate.
I was looking at your son's paintings.
Yeah,
Are you a proud daddy or what?
I am.
Yeah,
I am.
you better say I am.
Of course I am. Of course I am. What gets me though is he came down and he's taken 2 or 3 lessons with me, and that's it. And he's gone out on his own. Now, I'm at that point where you're doing good composition, son, and it's kind of pop culture fan stuff,
Yeah.
And I want to offer constructive criticism, but I dare not because then I'm afraid he might get offended. So I just go, "Oh, that's great,"
It's kind of like my son's golf game. Right?
Yeah.
Okay. He can hit the ball a ton, but until he works on a short game, he ain't never going to be able to beat dad. I'm just saying.
Yeah, and don't get me wrong, I'm not the end all be all, but I do teach art, so it's instinctive when you see, hey, this is good, but let's try this, or did you think about this?
It's the teacher part. Yeah, I get it. I get it. So yeah, I cruised over here last night. Went to get some.
Well, yeah, I saw your post, not your post, but your comment in private chat about Pete's, and I'm like, Pete's? Where the hell's he going?
No, it's Travis's brother.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
where I always go, where Rocco and Paulo are. But yeah, look, everybody has that smaller group of people that'll fit in the palm of your hand that you can trust implicitly, right? Very small amount of people you can fit them in one hand, right?
Yes.
There's that guy for a lot of people. That they know they can count on me to do what I say I'm going to do, to follow through, to, dude, I was bummed yesterday, man, because I had told Ron, that we'd set up that fantastic podcast for him at 7 o'clock last night, right?
Which Ron?
Ron Fleming from Fantastic Podcast.
Yeah.
And he wanted to do a show on the network, just a one shot, and I was like, cool. And he said 7 o'clock on Thursday. I was like, 7 o'clock on Thursday is going to be hard because I'm coming here. Okay.
Right.
I got here about 6:10 and realized I didn't have the right cord for the monitor.
Oh, man.
And we hopped in the truck and to the house and got it. And I got that show off at 7:01, bro.
Wow.
But if I tell you I'm going to do something, I'm going to fucking move the earth to do it, or I'm going to call somebody and say, hey, I told dude I was going to do this and I can't. Will you handle this for me?
Yeah,
I
that's
have
that
a small group of people that I can count on too.
That's that clutch hit in the bottom of the ninth.
Yeah, and you got to be there for your people for those.
Yeah.
You got to be there for your people because that's how you end up being that guy that they call.
Now, you sound entirely you sound entirely too awake. How long you been
Not
up?
having coffee yet? Yeah, probably.
What time did you get up?
I told you, I just rolled out, dude.
Is there no coffee in the house?
Oh, I'm waiting for her to get up so she can show me how her coffee pot works and shit before I don't want to fuck nobody's shit up ever.
I got you.
So I'm waiting for her. They're getting up. They're leaving about 10 to head up north, so they'll be up here pretty soon.
In my travel bag in the closet, you can't see it in the closet over here, there is a small thing of instant coffee.
Yeah.
For just such emergencies.
I can't stand instant coffee.
I can't either, but I'm just going to tell you, I'll have that over nothing.
I got hot chocolate in my bag for that.
Yeah, I guess that'll do.
I got a bag that's got, stuff to get me through the weekend.
Yeah, there's a couple of tea bags in there. There's the staple things. There's some drawers, some socks, t-shirt. Already packed stuff you're going to need. There's a spare toothbrush, toothpaste.
Call that a bug out.
Yeah. Well, part of my job when I was working as a counselor was I never knew when I was going to get called out
Right.
to go to an emergency room somewhere and have to be there for hours because there's no quick process, So I'd always carry that bag with me so I could step into the OR, get a quick shower, be presentable, once the emergency is taken care of, because I still got to be there until everything resolved. So it just became a habit. So I sent
They're
Max.
good habits, though.
I sent Max the link.
I don't know. Max is up. I know we're not doing the game stream today because he is super busy.
Yeah.
So he might not have no time this morning. I don't know.
Yeah, I was just I was talking to Anthony. We by the way, update. Everything is now done with Pariah. The PDFs are built. Pops, I'm going to send you one if you. I mean, it's not spoilers. It's the book.
Right.
You want to do, and I wanted you to do the grammar spell check thing that you do. And I've got a couple of readers reading through for continuity and whatever.
Proofreading is something I'm kind of good at.
So I'll send you the link to that PDF as soon as I get the updated one from Anthony, so you can do a little read through. And no story suggestions, just grammar and spelling.
I'm not an editor, dude. I just look for the words that pop off the screen at me. I don't worry about your flow.
Yeah. And you've got that mutant ability. You've got that mutant ability to spot a typo.
Yeah. Look, man, doing this campaign, man.
Good morning, Timothy.
I got so mad at myself. It was like, we're done. Yeah, it's done. And then I go look like the next day and there's 1 typo, 2 typo, 3 typo. How did I miss this shit last night, dude? You know what I mean?
My first solo exhibition as a fine artist that I ever did, I did my own flyers and I posted them. And immediately people started going, you misspelled this word. You used the wrong word. There should be a comma here. And I'm going, how did this shit get past me?
Yeah, I totally get it. What's up, Timothy? How you doing? Ain't you up a little early, bro? Just a little early. It's funny because Blaze did the other pit bull, the one that we had to keep separated from the 2 in the back. He's out here where I'm at, right? And all night long, I could tell that he was going to freak out at 5 o'clock when the parents didn't get up to go to work.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Oh, 5 o'clock, he started getting all antsy. Where's mom? Where's dad? Where's mom? He's still over there going, where's mom? Where's dad? Where's mom? Where's mom? Because they sleeping in today.
Well, this morning I got up at 4 and I went to the living room, coffee's brewing, and my dog has a routine. It's up and down the hall because she'll hear Tacey wake up, and Tacey lights a cigarette and she smells it. So then she goes to the bedroom door, and then she goes running back to me in the living room and goes, hey, she's up. She's up. I'm like, I know she's up. I'm the one that woke her up.
Can we start making noise now, Dad?
Yeah, exactly. Let's be hyper and run up and down the hall. Like a little kid, they're just
That's
like
time to run. I call that time to run. Cats have it, dogs have it, where it's just time to run. We got to run. Blaze, we need to run. So, you hear him grunting?
Oh, zoomy time. So the update on Pariah is I'm currently working. I mean, not Pariah, on a Damn Dirty Thing. Is I'm currently working on page 14, I think, of 20. I am still going to try to bring this in at 16 pages if I can, because I don't want a big outlay of expense in making the book. And every time you jump up, of course, it increases your unit cost. But I'm not going to edit for the sake of economy at the sacrifice of story.
Right.
If I got to go to 20, I'm going to go to 20. Because this is a good-looking book, man. This is really.
I took a little shot in the dark last night during the horror movie club. We was out here with Preston, Brian, Matt. Way back when Brian wrote Six Gun, Prom Story. Just like you wrote Prom Story, right?
Yeah.
I just kind of threw it out there that Brian had written a story and Preston's there, and I'm like, come on, man. Come on, Preston. Draw our story, bro.
Offer it.
Well, I mean, we threw it out there. Brian said it too. It's written. We just need somebody to talk.
Yeah.
Dude, I can get Preston to draw the Crom Ashcan for.
Did he bite?
Huh?
Did he bite?
Well, we don't know. I mean, I don't pressure him. We just threw it out there. We'll see what happens. That's Brian's boy. I'll let him work.
So
yeah, did you see what he posted? The cover that he posted the other day for Six Gun that Preston posted. Holy shit!
I don't know if I did or not.
This dude is just fucking balls out. Man. That's all I can say.
Well, I mean, my brain's not working yet, so I may have seen it. Just might not be remembering it here at the moment.
It was Six Gun. It had the Zeppelin in the background. It was badass. It's Preston. What can you say? I mean, when he picks up the pencil, it's like it's different. It's different. Kills it. Campaign's doing okay. We're at 25 backers, just under $1,000, with 4 new shows and 7 new sponsors or people that bought tiers.
Yeah, awesome.
I guess the problem with it is that I'm not selling a comic book.
I didn't hear you.
I said I'm not selling a comic book, and I think that's kind of where the problem is that people don't really understand what it is that we're doing there. There's a lot of comic PDFs available, and there's a lot of stuff.
Or they're looking for, like we talked about, something physical.
Right. There's stuff that is available, but people go there, they see Roku Network, and they may not look to see if there's physical stuff available or whatever. We're offering a lot of stuff to the fans.
Mm-hmm.
Just, if you support what we're doing and you throw a little something at us and pledge to help us build the network, we're going to throw something back at you.
Yeah.
That's all. And there's a lot to choose from of stuff that we can throw back at you for helping us out.
Including sketch cards by yours truly.
Yeah, sketch cards. 5 different people doing sketch cards. A bunch of different PDF bundles from different creators. Just a bunch of stuff, right? But the bottom line is growing the network. Okay? The more people, the more shows that we can bring into this when we launch this thing, the more chance people going to get stuck there looking for something to watch. There's a lot of people are like, man, I can get my show up on Tubi, or I can get my movie on Tubi for free. It's like, yeah, but look at what you're competing with on Tubi. How are they going to find you? Our platform is for our kind of people, and they're going to come there looking for our kind of stuff, and then they're going to find your movie. You know what I mean? It's like when you're just looking for movies on Tubi, if you don't know exactly what the movie's called, you're going through that long ass list of movies to choose from. The competition is fierce on Tubi. You're not going to, it's like, if you don't have a feature film, you're not getting nobody's attention over there. Independent filmmakers that need a place to put their film that's going to be in front of the kind of people that like that stuff we're going to want to put it on our network because those are the people going to be watching our network is people that like our kind of stuff. You know, nobody's built a network like this before.
Right.
You know, this is the first time. But the killer thing about it is if you get in on ground floor and this thing continues on year after year, you're ground floor.
Right.
And what other people have to do, whatever other hoops other people have to jump through 5 years from now to be part of this ain't the same as it is now. Now it's a deal. You know, you can get Max to upload 500 of your previous content videos to the Roku and be good to go for all your uploads for the whole year for $225. 500 previous videos. That's a lot of work, guys. Okay, and Max is offering to do this all for us for next to nothing.
Timothy, how is your campaign doing, brother?
Yeah, I haven't seen it in a while.
If I open another tab, I'll crash my computer.
Got to drop them links in the madness, so I can see it. That's another thing too. I have people like, how come you never share out my stuff? Well, I don't go looking for stuff to share out. It appears in my feed. It appears in my group. It appears in where I see it, and I share it out. I don't go looking for stuff. You guys got to take the first step and put it out there where we can see it. You know, them people like Tampa and myself and Rob and Dan.
He says,
you know,
well, it's doing well, or is it well? It's doing well. Either way, it works, Timothy. Good. I'm glad. Are you funded? Timothy, I think you are. I think you hit your funding goal, didn't you? And of course, congrats on your success. I had Timothy Olson come out on the show. Delightful guest. Glad to have him.
Yeah, I know. We made a clip of that. Did you show it to him?
Yeah. Well, no, I didn't show it. I know it exists. You got to remember, unless I have admin, I can't actually load extra stuff. I'm in my bare bones right now.
Yeah, I know. Well, you know, you could have waited like 30 seconds and got my message, and then we could have set it up over here.
Are you there? Hello?
That was funny. Hey, you want to stream? Morning stream? He's like, setting one up.
Yeah. What are you, a damn mind reader? I was literally sitting
Just
down and pushing the buttons to go live. And Pops goes, hey, live morning stream. Hey, Billy Power Max, good morning to you.
Uh-oh.
That dog sounded like a person talking.
He said, hi, Mom. Hi, Mom. Yep, everybody's up now.
So I'm going to share screen here. I want to show you guys something. Billy just got off work. Well, good morning. I'm glad you made it through another night at work.
Billy. Billy. Yeah.
So you got, you guys check this out. This is a friend of mine.
That's too many pops, bro. That's way too many pops. You need
He's
to
an
let
art-
Max in, too.
He's an artist named Glenn Ray Tudor.
If you're going to let Max in, you're going to make him sit.
Yeah, I'm going to let him in. This is an artist named Glenn Ray Tudor. These objects that you see laying on the comic book page are part of the painting.
Mm-hmm.
They are not items sitting there.
Right.
He painted that marble. He painted the fireworks on there. He's a hyper realist, and God, he is good. And good morning, Max.
What's up?
Hello, Max.
Getting ready to go to the doctor here a bit.
Oh, are you?
Yep.
Routine or something going on?
No, it's just routine stuff.
Gotcha. So another day where they're going to tell you got to quit smoking and quit drinking drinks.
Yeah. Tell me to take my pills, but I've already taken my pills, so.
Well,
I don't like pills. I want to take pills.
Well, if I don't take pills, I'll die.
Yeah, I know.
Same, Max. But I play fast and loose with my life. I stretch out the prescription.
Yeah.
So I take this 3 times a day. I take it once a day.
Mm-hmm.
So that I can make it last long.
Well, I got to take my blood pressure medication when they tell me to, or I keep having congestive heart failure.
Same. I've got that. And I'm taking, what is it, the one with the hydrochlorothiazide in it?
Mm.
What kind of donuts are those, Max?
Look at Pops.
Oh, white powdered sugar.
I have a hard time choosing between those and the little crispy chocolate coated
Yeah.
ones.
Yeah.
When you're at the convenience store at 2 in the morning and you're looking for a munch. Which one? Which one?
Good morning. Okay, we got the wait part. It's time for the bake part.
Pops, I can't understand anything you're saying.
Me neither.
I said I got the wait part. It's time for the bake part.
Little Debbie grew up to be Big Deborah, though. Just saying.
From eating all those donuts.
You can, I was gonna
Big
say,
Deborah.
you can only eat so many pastries before Little Debbie becomes Big Deborah.
Yep.
Deborah got that 40-year-old smoker's voice. Good morning, doll. How are you?
What are you doing?
Donut.
They talk to me
Smoking
like
camels for 40 years.
that. They talk to me like that. I'm checking for a bulge, man. I'm just saying.
So I watched, and I'm going to phrase this very carefully because, as we all know, my policy is I don't attack people, I attack stupid. Now,
Right.
I will attack people if they're in the public eye, like, the guy occupying the White House.
Ooh.
All right. So having said that, though, there's a big beef going on right now. That's not a kayfabe. It's a legit beef. And I was watching it develop, knowing where it's headed. This is, it's becoming a shitstorm between two people, both of whom are trying to do a book. Neither of whom the drama is helping.
See, I'm really good. Turn the camera on.
So it's literally like watching two people driving their cars at each other at 80 miles an hour, playing
Playing
chicken,
some chicken.
and nothing good is going to come of it. Nothing good. And the one says, well, I put up with it long enough, so now I'm lashing back out. The other one is claiming the moral high ground. I'll run you over no matter what. It's that kind of thing. That when I first came in the community, I met some people that were just these blood sport type. And I'm not that guy. I don't enjoy that. It does not draw me to your project.
Nope.
It does not make me want to be a part of your little.
That whole internet blood sports thing is like it's entertainment for so many people, but for me it's just like, eh.
I know a lot of people do enjoy it.
Hey,
I'm not one of them.
if I thought that talking shit about everybody would help sell their books,
Yeah.
I'd talk shit about everybody. I don't think it helps sell your books, guys. I don't think trollism.
It's not just that.
It's
more
not a good marketing strategy.
And it's not a good look for you as a creator. And let's keep in mind there are two kinds of people that do what we do. Some of them are YouTubers who happen to make a book, and some are creators who happen to have a YouTube channel.
Yep.
I'm the latter. Okay, my goal is not to grow a big ass YouTube channel. If it happens, great. But it's not a goal. I don't wake up thinking, how can I get more viewers? How can I?
Yep.
That's not my goal. My goal is just to make good books.
That's my job.
Stories. Yeah,
That's my job.
yeah, that's a Pops thing, right? So I'm watching these people do this nonsense, and I'm thinking, not only are you not helping your book, but are you really helping your YouTube presence? Now, some people will go, well, the blood sports draws in the crowds, and it does, granted, but what's the staying power of that?
There is no staying power to blood sports because I've seen so many blood sports channels come and go.
You
Right.
got to keep going at people, and eventually you're going to go at the wrong person, like that dude went at Phantom. Right? Eventually, you go at the wrong person, and you piss off your own fan base.
You FAFO, you fuck around and find out. It happens.
You just
So that's all I'm going to say about this particular feud that's going on.
Well, do me a favor, because I've been out of the loop because I was all gone all yesterday and everything. Private chat me, what's up? I gotta stay informed. It's also part of my job. I mean, it probably ain't gonna surprise me, right?
No,
No, it's not.
and,
Oh,
and it's like, I mean, I
now
don't
look, those guys need that in order to bring people to get attention to themselves. They really do.
If someone came at me, I'm gonna bark back.
Oh yeah.
But eventually, well, not even eventually, but shortly thereafter, I'm just gonna block that person from my world.
Mhm.
I don't
I'm
need
gonna say my piece and I'm gonna leave it behind. If you double down on stupid, I'm gonna leave it behind.
I'm old, and I've got a huge portion that God gave me at birth of I don't give a shit installed, hardwired into my brain. I don't care. You know, I don't care enough to. I'll put it this way. As a counselor, I was working a contract for an agency one time, and they just kept on, like, they gave you curriculum when you're doing group therapy. It comes in blocks. Usually it's 1 hour block or 2 hour block. There's no such thing as a 3 hour block. Well, they were billing for 3 hours to this state agency, the contractor was. I'm a subcontractor. Well, at 2.5 hours, the group is just, they're dead. They're zoned out. They're not listening anymore. So I used my therapeutic discretion and said, no, we're out of here. Everybody go home. Have a good night. And they came at me. Blah, 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 blah. I said, let me explain something to you. You hired me because I have the best recidivism numbers in the state. Nobody comes close. And now you're attacking how I do that. Because I'm able to read my patients and know that they've lost their patience.
Yeah.
So they were like, well, you're going to do it our way. I'm like, no, you misunderstand me more than I need you. Fuck off. Bye.
Yeah. Actually, Doc, it's kind of funny because one of those people popped into our chat last weekend. I was instantly sent a message warning me that that person is just going around and trying to blow up everybody's channel. Okay, and you know it's not the one that draws.
Well, all I got to say is I don't need it. I don't want it.
Nope. But I mean, I'm just saying, I got an instant warning that, hey, that guy's out there blowing stuff up right now. You know. So.
I did, however, I went on the Slumlords, and I went out of my way. If you watch that particular Slumlords, this most recent one, to be quiet, because I'm not normally a quiet person. I've got a lot to say, and I'm going to say it when I want to.
Yeah.
But I just kept biting my tongue and being quiet. And then after the show, this one particular person says to me, you know, I was trying to engage you, Doc, to bring you out of your shell. And I'm like, I don't know if you know me very well.
I was being quiet on purpose.
Yes.
You don't want to hear what I had to say. You really don't. It's funny though, because there's times, right, when you just let it go. There's times when you have to defend yourself or you know, make sure your position on whatever issue is known if somebody's out there saying something that isn't true. Right. You have to do that. You have to stand up for yourself, or they think you're okay with it, and everybody starts doing it. Yeah,
I'm pleased to say though that I have noticed since I arrived here that kind of just no holds barred blood sports, it's kind of gone away for the most part.
Yeah, it just depends where you look.
Well, in the channels that I've subscribed to, and I'm subscribed to a shit ton of them.
I unsubscribe to all the ones that are just full trolls, man. If I go into chat and it's just people talking shit, I just unsubscribe. I'm I'm not following
Hey,
that.
you back there, bring me some coffee.
She's working on it.
Bring me some coffee, damn it.
The coffee is perfect.
I gotta go make another pot here in just a minute.
He's got babies. She said, "You go make some more trade."
I'm out of the good stuff. All I got is Folgers, so I don't have any.
She told me her brother's got all the good stuff.
I don't have any Safe House coffee right now.
Oh, you poor guy.
We used to have the Folgers roastery here in Kansas City, and it was great because like every time you go across the bridge and go downtown, you could smell the Folgers getting roasted, and all downtown smelled like coffee.
Hell yeah!
Now it's gone, and
when Safe House is roasting a batch, the little downtown here, this is a big town or a small city, depending on how you want to look at it, right? Like maybe 10 blocks in each direction of downtown area. And shut up, Timothy. Good morning, Black Hat. But anyway, they'll do that. They're roasting, and oh my God, you can smell it as soon as you turn onto Hill Street, Yep. And our idiot city did this. The main drag, the north-south drag, is actually part of a state highway. And somehow they got an easement to reduce the 4 lanes of traffic to 2 lanes to make
the hell
spaces bigger. And so now it's always a goat rope when you go through there.
Oh yeah, I mean it's
the best thing I've ever seen.
I've never heard of reducing lanes to smaller lanes. Everything here is they're trying to find space to expand the lanes.
Yes, but and get this. Then they, to prevent 18-wheelers from turning onto this street, they built these big-ass brick planters on every corner that round out, and they take up 2 parking spaces on the end of every block. So you lost parking spaces. You lost a lane of travel. The 18-wheeler, the truckers, know it's a state highway, so they're going to make that turn anyway, and they have broken those planters at least twice a week, every week since they put them. Just dumbass things. But I said that to say this: my little Safe House coffee roasters, which is a nationally ranked for quality, taste, flavor, service, they're hurting because they've lost parking spaces, they've lost traffic, and people, because of the traffic jam, don't even want to turn down the street in front of the store.
The hell no, you wouldn't want to go down there.
No.
It's like cities don't think about the fact that there needs to be traffic to your store.
Actually, you could have just finished that sentence with, "This city doesn't think."
Yeah, that's true.
Period. That's it. They don't think. It's just, it was so stupid. It's part of our beautification process. Yeah, you know what's not beautiful? Empty buildings, because they go out of business.
Do they put a bunch of roundabouts up in your area?
Yeah, we're getting.
We got 2 new ones, one at each end of that same street.
Yeah, because they've been putting roundabouts in Kansas City like they're the fucking second coming of Christ.
I hate this.
Now, I got used to those because Hilton Head has them every few miles,
Yeah. Well, I mean, I was in Europe for a few years, and they're all over the place there, so it's no big deal for me to be used to the traffic. But so many people don't know how to use them.
Yep. And they're just putting them up like everybody knows.
Keep moving.
And they're just putting them up like everybody knows how to use them. And people are like, oh, I don't know which lane I'm supposed to go in when I turn into it.
Well, the worst ones are when the motorcycle riders aren't aware they've installed it.
Yeah.
And they're rolling by memory. Oh, they just jump. Oh, shit. The really good ones will land it. The bad ones wipe out, and then it makes the news.
Yeah, we had a car jump one here in Kansas City, and it like went a good couple hundred feet because they were flying down the road. Missed it and hit that bump and just kind of went off. They had the camera from the City View camera or whatever that had it on there, and you could like just see it go, whoa.
Nah, Timothy, it's too early in the morning for that please shit, bro. I'm just saying.
So again, because of that traffic situation, I'm either going to have to order Safe House coffee and have it delivered here to the house, which is ridiculous because it's only like 3 miles that way. Or I've got to go down there and get stuck in that traffic. What used to be a 10-minute errand once you were downtown turns into an hour once you're downtown. I don't want to do that. So, in other news, I don't know if you guys saw, but yesterday the Justice Department did indict Hunter Biden on the gun charge, just like any other human being would be indicted for gun charges.
That's good.
But I'm not going to hold my breath and wait for something to come of it.
Oh, no, those people never get in trouble.
Mm-mm. No, nothing will ever come of it. And the other breaking story to me, and I don't believe people aren't covering this, is the White House actually asked the press to censor people in public media, not social media, for talking about the Biden scandal.
Yeah, the whole family scandal, yeah.
I mean, that is a First Amendment violation. The government can't tell the media to cover or not cover a particular topic.
Yeah.
I was wondering why they even bothered to put out the information into the media, because the media is going to cover for them anyways.
Yep. But here's the thing. Interesting.
I'll be right back, guys.
Okay. We were having this discussion yesterday. The media now appear to be jumping ship on Biden. That does not mean that suddenly they want to tell the truth, because mainstream media is not capable of doing that.
Oh, no, they're not.
It means they're making way for somebody else. So begin now to watch who they begin to favorably report on that's from the lunatic left side. And you will know who the heir apparent is. Because they don't want Joe to run, because they're terrified Trump will beat him.
Yeah. See, what I think will happen is Joe Biden will have, when the debates really start to kick off, he'll have a medical emergency, and he'll probably end up either A, stepping down, or B, he won't go to any debates.
Well, he's already said he's not going to debate anybody.
Because he can't think.
Right. He literally cannot think. Did you see they turned his mic off in the middle of a statement and just talked over him?
Yeah.
Hey, this is the end of our thing. And he just went, and put the mic down and waddled off stage. He's pathetic. He's an embarrassment. But they can't have him step down because Kamala is just as bad, if not worse.
Oh, she's worse.
I mean, she can't blame it on senility. She's just a fucking idiot. Of course, he was an idiot too before. But
at least he used to have some cognitive capabilities.
Yeah, his lies were deliberate back then. Now they're now he believes them to be true. And it's just crazy. Golly, man, I never thought in a million years that I would live to see what we're going through now. But having said that, my mind does go back to the 60s, the 70s, and when just as crazy shit was happening back then. When you had you had Watergate, of course, get that out of the way. But you had the terrible Jimmy Carter economy. You had the Soviet Union invading Afghanistan. You had the hostages in Iran. You had scandals everywhere. So it's nothing new. And I think the only difference is that it's worse now by degrees, and that social media exists, and the press can't hide shit as well.
Yeah, they're not as easy to hide stuff.
Right.
But with social media, they've gotten to the point where the press is very concerned about social media. I mean, that's why you notice like everything on YouTube, the legacy media has gotten all the tech companies to basically promote their stuff over the regular person's individual information. I mean, you look up anything on YouTube, you get CNN videos more than you get anybody else's videos.
Yep. All the time. It's always the new stuff that's on my notification feed. You know, it'll be 3 or 4 of our stuff and then 15 freaking news things that I'm not subscribed to, and they're all in my notifications, or they're all in my, when I hit the bell to see what's up. It's all that crap.
Yep. So there's a poll going on Twitter that I think is important. Belmont Press, vote for your favorite musician girl. Just saying, saxophone is not normally my preferred instrument, but
that's not what I'd be rating.
There's just something about that saxophone that
that is a really nice saxophone.
Yeah.
That haircut's killing me though.
Alto sax.
That haircut was killing me though.
Yeah, I mean, there's certain things you can overlook though. Just saying.
I don't know. Put on a wig, something.
There was always
top off all the beautiful female attributes with a male haircut. I'm just saying.
I used to have a rule when I was growing up that I wouldn't date any girl that had shorter hair than me, and then eventually I had really long hair, and it started getting very difficult.
You couldn't do that anymore.
Now, my friend Charles has bought his bet online. He can tuck his hair into his back pockets.
So, not true.
And hey, Finn. Good morning to you. 2 good reasons to overlook it. But he has. If a woman has short hair, forget it. She could be the most beautiful one in the world. He ain't even going to look at her. And I remember 30 years ago, I set him up with this beautiful friend of mine. We were going to go out, and we did. We went out, and then she went and got a haircut, got a little pixie haircut.
Yeah.
And he said, and I quote, "Well, I hope she doesn't think I'm going to compliment her." Yeah, it comes in waves, man. Like every time I log into Twitter for the last 2 weeks, it's so and so has followed you, and it's some troll account, using some chick's photo.
Yep.
And I block them, and then they'll stop for like a couple of months, but then it comes back. So, Finn, what you got going on today? Timothy, what about you, Black Hat? What are you guys up to today?
Man, on Facebook, I get. I mean, I like.
Easy Killer.
Yeah, I like Scarlett Johansson, but I don't need to see a million AI images of Scarlett Johansson.
Oh, no.
Megan Fox. They just show up all over my stuff, and I don't know where they're coming from.
Right.
Because I didn't subscribe to any of these groups or pages or anything.
That's what I'm saying. I don't
subscribe
to
a very small handful of celebrities that I follow on Facebook. None on Twitter. My Facebook crowd and my Twitter crowd, I try to keep them a little bit separate. Facebook's family, friends, and art. Comic book stuff is on Twitter or X or whatever the hell it's called this week.
Yeah.
Twix.
But there's been a huge overlap. Like, I guess from the Madness Pops, a lot of people, found me over there. And
well, that's part of what the Madness did.
Yeah, I get friend requests from people in the community, Carissa, Rich, whoever. And I'm like, yeah, sure. Why not? The bizarre part is when my friends, family, or fine art community go, Who the fuck are these crazy people?
Yeah, that was one of the things that when I first started going to Twitter, I was like, I see these people and they don't know anything about what we're doing over in Madness and all those different books that we're promoting over there. And I started trying to bridge the gap between the Twitter people and the Facebook people and show them that there is.
I didn't want to cross the streams. I
wanted Twitter people to know that there is a place on Facebook where they can promote their books, because most Facebook groups don't let you do that shit.
Right,
you know?
right.
So I just tried to get, my Facebook people to realize that there's some really good books over there on Twitter that you guys aren't seeing, and vice versa. It's like sometimes you gotta look for everything. I mean, in doing what I do, you gotta look for everything and try and make sure that you're getting eyes on all the good stuff. That's how.
So Finn, if you're still there, if that wasn't a drive-by hello. I was going to ask you how your bass playing is coming along. There's been a heap of mornings that I wish I had a bass and an amp here where I could just jump in with you and show you some really cool stuff that you could learn that's for that beginner level that'll take you quickly to the next level.
I would really wish somebody would do a big karaoke stream this weekend, not wait till Monday so that I can be involved, because I can't do that shit at the house at 9 o'clock and later because everybody's asleep. I sing. I don't fucking. I fucking sing. You got to.
Well, I mean, I don't do karaoke. Are you saying your hands swell up from playing the bass? Because there's something you can do about that too.
That's the angle, right?
Well, there's a couple things. Bass requires a big stretch, okay, and your hand doesn't naturally want to do that. So what you do is on the back of your neck, you start at the first fret on the back, and you put your hand, don't turn either way, perfectly straight, push it as tight as you can, and slowly move it down as the neck thickens, and go as far down as you can and hold it there for a 10 count every separation. And then as you do your scales, that natural stretch will develop. Hey, good morning, Fast Dad. I've been up, buddy. But the other two things you can do, and there are two more things. Take one ibuprofen before you start playing and take another one after. And the other one is soak your hands in warm water. It helps.
Did you just tell him to take Motrin and drink water, Doc?
Shut up, Max.
Typical doctor, huh?
Change your socks.
Corman. That's what's wrong with that. It's a Corman thing. But I'm on the opposite end of that. After all those years of playing, I've got little calcified little pieces of gravel in between here on an X-ray. And I mean, the T90. So if I play for a while, I get the swelling for the opposite reason. It's too much having played and not the early onset.
My problem with the bass was my angle. The angle that I was trying to get, that my wrist was set as I was trying to reach everything to make those stretches. And the way I had my wrist set was causing my problems. I had to learn to straighten my wrist out.
If you thumb hang when you hold,
I don't.
Thumb hanging, it limits you. If you put your finger in the back of the neck, and then arch your hand, your thumb can stay planted, and your hand has all of this motion.
Manicor, I was just about to go strip those first four of your
what's up, Manny?
Starfield or whatever the hell it's called. I'm about to go strip all four of those and set them up on the network over the next few days. Get caught up so that I can be on time right behind when you do it. I can replay it right away.
But without having a bass in my hand, Finn, I'm only going to say this, and then I'll leave it alone. Start with just being able to keep down a rhythm and a beat. Worry about scales and technical stuff later. So just start with simple stuff. And staying on that beat. Just moving around G, C, D, and then practice varying, double beat, triple beat, gallops. but all to the same time signature, because your primary role as a bassist is to hold down the rhythm.
A great song to do that to is Ice Cream Man by Van Halen. Boom, 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 boom.
Well, no, that's walking bass. That's a little different.
It's easy.
I would say a better one to do would be Paranoid by Black Sabbath. It's E. What's
the first song you learned to play, Doc?
NIB.
Ain't Talking About Love.
Smoke on the Water.
I went and bought a guitar, not a bass, a guitar, and an amp on a weekend when I was in the military. The wife was back visiting her family, and I'd always wanted one, but so I bought it, and I taught myself how to tune it, and I taught myself bar chords. Over that weekend, I learned 12 songs. 2 weeks later, I auditioned for a band and got in. 2 weeks after that, I played my first show because it just clicked. It just clicked. I understood it.
My wrist is all jacked up, so I can't play the guitar, but I can play the piano, and that's what I do. I grew up learning how to play the piano and reading music. I've forgotten how to read music anymore, but I mean, I'm sure I could figure it out if I
never learned.
Look at it.
I never learned. I can read tabs, but mostly I just play by ear.
That is easy I mean, when it's a piano, it's super easy because it's all just a freaking key. I mean, you just kind of got to know which octave you're in.
Have you ever had anybody? The guy who taught me to play the bass taught me with the mathematical theory.
The circle of fifths.
Yeah, it was all numbers. Okay.
Yeah, you can learn that way.
Because I was good at math. He's like, dude, this is going to be no problem for you. He's like, you're good with math. And he goes, dude, this is how you do it. And I was like, oh, shit. I was playing bass.
Now, Steve Harris from Iron Maiden, who is widely regarded as one of the better bass players, he said, and I'm quoting him, that he does not know scales, he knows shapes. And I know exactly what he means. If you're going to do a quad, it's a box shape on the flats, not the sharps, or on the majors, not the minors.
Yeah.
I know exactly what he means by that. When he says a 1-4, when he says a 1-4, I know he means a pentatonic. Because he sees shapes. And when I'm instinctively playing on stage, you're not thinking about what you're doing, but your hand is moving in shapes.
Mm-hmm.
And you just get used to making those shapes and moving it around. And, yeah, there's the top 5 songs that get you kicked out of a guitar store: Stairway to Heaven, House of the Rising Sun, Sweet Child of Mine.
I think Riding the Storm Out was on that one too.
Leonard Skinner, Freebird.
Freebird.
And there's another one. Those will get you kicked out. Dude, man, come on.
Well, the guys around my guitar shop, they don't want you to play Seven Nation Army.
If somebody sits down at a piano in a music store and starts playing Freebird, nobody's going to say shit.
They will hear. They'll throw
you do it with a guitar, they might. But if you sit down at a piano and play that shit, that takes.
Oh, you do it with an organ. With a big old hammer.
Yeah. Billy Powell just rolled over, dude. Just rolled over.
But yeah, it's guitar shop etiquette. You just know you don't do that. You don't do that. Yeah. I'm gonna make comments here that'll get me hate, but most grunge is boring to play. Sorry. Black Hat says, "Sweet Child of Mine makes my dogs howl."
I mean, I played a lot of punk rock when I was in stuff, so I mean, it kind of made it easy to transition into thrash. But it was always a good time. Then I screwed my wrist up. Now my hand's numb from having a stroke, so
Yeah.
I'm just assed out.
The song "Everybody Wants You" by Billy Squier has a great bass bounce in it. Easy to play, great dexterity exercise, and the whole song's not complicated. There's only one real change in it. I always recommend that one because
that's why I liked Ain't Talking About Love. It was pretty repetitive all the way through. The break is easy. Getting back into it, it's real easy transition. It was a good song to learn on.
Well, there's a lot of songs are easy to learn. This one kind of has a purpose in that it gets you used to not nailing your finger in place on the one note and playing off of that. However, because it anchors there so strongly, it gives you a place to run home to, Yep. But anyway, that's all I'm going to say about it.
I thought everybody's first song they ever learned, because it was mine, was "Smoke on the Water."
That was one of them. That was one of those first 12 on it. I learned NIB, "Smoke on the Water," "Paranoid," "Iron Man,"
"Paranoid,"
and "Holy Diver," "Last in Line," "Rainbow in the Dark," Maiden. It was "Hallowed Be Thy Name." Not "Hallowed Be Thy Name." "The Trooper."
No Kiss song stock.
Not at first. No. I think the first Kiss song I ever learned was "Cold Gin."
We did Cold Gin and Strutter. Those were the two that we did.
Any of the Doors?
No, because
there's
no bass player in the Doors. So fuck.
Well, I know, but I was saying it's playing guitar. That shit it's all blues based, and it's complicated as shit.
Yeah.
I mean, most hard rock and even most metal is blues based.
Oh yeah.
The classical stuff is going to be like, the Randy Rhoads era with Ozzy. Some of the Queensryche is classical. Yngwie, obviously, Steve Vai. But you can't go wrong with. Think about a band like Tesla. They were blues based, but they wrote some complicated, intricate, well thought out music.
They got an album called "Night in the Ruts," which is a play on "Right in the Nuts," obviously. And I don't think anybody knows about it, but it is fucking solid jam beginning to end, dude. Every song just fucking pops. And it's like, how come this one didn't take off like the stuff before? I mean, it's really, really good. Like, better than their earlier stuff that everybody likes, but nobody even knows about it.
Yeah, there's what band was I just talking about, you guys?
Queensryche. And
for the classical stuff, that's going to be
Stevie Vai, everybody.
That's going to be the Randy Rhoads era with Ozzy Osbourne. So that's Blizzard of Oz and Diary of a Madman, and then he died.
Yeah.
He died.
Queensryche, really solid, intricate, well orchestrated bass lines throughout. I mean, all of it is. It's all highbrow, really well thought out.
And yes, Black Hat, 100,000 Years is a solid Kiss tune, man. It is. I like that.
Queensryche's more of a prog metal, prog rock band. So,
yeah. Now, every now and then, Gene Simmons would surprise you with his bass lines. Like there's a rolling, walking bass line in Love Gun that is just tasty as hell to play. I mean, it is fun to play. And the lick in Detroit Rock City is a ball buster if you don't know it.
Yep.
Hey, Tree Goblin, good morning to you, buddy.
Well, we want to play some badass bass, play some Manowar.
Oh, too fast, man, for a beginner.
Yeah, for a beginner.
It's too fast.
Yeah, especially Sting of the Bumblebee, when he played Flight of the Bumblebee on the bass guitar. That shit.
You know who impressed me is JD from Pride and Glory, Zach's first band before Black Label Society. That dude played a fretless bass and just fucking kills it, dude. I mean, kills it. Brothers Johnson, Tree Goblin, no shit. Dude, George Johnson could pop.
Yep. But that's an entirely different style of bass. There's a lot of slap basses. There's big players, there's finger players, and then there's slap bassists. And they're all good. They're all good. Yeah. Pick is the least good. Those are basically players.
I never used one.
I have used it when a song calls for it. Like if you're doing alternate picking, I would use it.
I mean, you need a pick for like stuff like Fear Factory. So that's triple picking.
Yeah. Now, shit, I just lost my train of thought that fast. Let me go back up in the chat.
We're talking about bass players slapping, picking.
Yep, and you had said something about, and it's gone. It's gone. Old age.
Yep, it happens. It happens.
Old age strikes again. It's just gone. Oh, I was going to say this. Everybody has opinions about who's better than who and this, that, and the other. I'm just going to tell you, if you ever want your face melted thin or anybody by a bass player, you can do no better than Billy Sheehan.
If you don't know who that is, shame on you.
Yeah. Billy Sheehan plays bass better than lead guitar players play lead guitar.
That's kind of like Les Claypool.
He plays the lead bass, Doc, just like Geddy. All the 3-man bands, you got a lead drummer, a lead guitarist, and a lead bassist. That's what you got. There isn't really a rhythm section.
Sheehan said the reason he got as good as he did was because, obviously, musicians don't make a lot of money when they're starting out. So a 3-man band, you made more money, so he had to learn how to play rhythm and bass at the same time. So you ought to hear his version of Don't Stop Believing, where he's playing the rhythm guitar part and the bass part at the same time.
You know, one of my favorite songs is Arrested While Driving While Blind. Arrested for Driving While Blind. And if you know that song and you listen to it, dude, the rap, the bass line is just amazing, dude.
Yeah, good morning. Good morning.
Kate.
Good morning, Kate. John Entwistle, yeah, really good bass player. Geezer Butler, great bass player. How Geezer didn't lose all the fingernails on his right hand, I don't know, because he does this with the back. Dude, I have accidentally hit bass strings with the back of my fingernails, and that shit hurts. It is not pleasant. But yeah, in my opinion, people go, "Oh well, you know, Billy Sheehan's just playing lead guitar, but he's doing it on bass." Yeah, he is.
Yeah, man, that's the point.
And he's doing it with 4 strings. People go, "Oh, you know, they're 6-string bassists, and they're really." Listen, it's a hell of a lot more challenging to do with 4 strings when a guitar player does with 6 than the other way around. I'm telling you.
And I wasn't impressed when everybody started using the 5-string basses and stuff. I was just like, come on.
I liked some of Les Claypool stuff with a 12-string bass. I mean,
it's different. Geddy does that too. That's different. But again, that's like, come on.
But Les Claypool, he's a genius. But he's based in slap. You know, he's probably the best slap bassist alive.
Yeah,
in my opinion. Yeah, well, exactly. I say they're bass players and they're bassists. And I'm not phenomenal. I'm good. I can hold down any band I'm in. I can play anything I want to play.
He's coffee.
Yep. Except I can't play a Billy Sheehan song. What are you, crazy?
My ex-wife's brother, my ex-brother-in-law, he played bass and he was damn good. I mean, like really damn good. Like he used to play. He played bass. He played 5-string bass. He played 12-string bass. He played the cello. He could play fretless bass. He slap. He pick. He could do it all, man. I mean, dude was in a bunch of different bands, and he was always the standout player in the band.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Because not only did he have skill at the instrument and talent at the instrument, he had stage presence.
Yep.
He knew how to move on the stage.
Yeah, my big draw was I was the writer and composer in every band I was in.
A lot of bassists are that way.
Yeah, I had one guitar player I worked with, Blake, if you're watching. My son has met him, by the way. And my son's a shredder, and he met my old lead guitar player who's a shredder. and now they hang out, which is awesome. But it was great. We would write songs together. When he had something in his head, he would stand up at the microphone and just kind of bang out the rhythm. You go, Pops. And he would mumble into the microphone a melody that he was hearing in his head. And I would sit down and I would hear lyrics. I'd, here's the song. Let's do it. So I love composing, love writing, love performing, loved all of it. What I didn't love is, you guys think there's kayfabe and beef in this community? Listen.
Shit.
Marriage between
music.
one man and one woman, they don't last. Try to get
started in the music industry.
5 people together that get along long enough to be successful. Think about Queensryche.
Yeah, I mean, they got popular and then blew up.
Exploded because they couldn't get along, and it was like, damn it, man.
It's like everybody in that band hated each other, and then
yep,
all the other players got together and were like cool with each other, and then everyone just hated Jeff Tate.
Yeah.
And still hate him to this day.
Yeah. Mike Rutherford has a double that guitar. That's guitar on top, bass on bottom.
Yep, Geddy's got one of those too, I think.
Yep.
The coolest thing I've seen Geddy do is play the neck of his bass with one hand and the keyboard with the other.
And the one thing I did that was one of my tricks was when we would do Crazy Train by Ozzy. First of all, we did the live version, but I would play the opening lick with the guitar player. And we would do that together, and then at the end of the song, we would start doing that, just speed it up until it became a solo. And I couldn't keep up with my guitar player, so I went to stop.
I'm done. I'm tapping out.
Yep, I would tap out. But he would turn that into a solo and then come back to it, and I'd jump back in with him. And it was always fun, just fun stuff.
In the bathroom, dude.
What?
That's some of the fun stuff about actually playing live that I miss is the work that went into your stage show and what you were playing on stage and your set list and everything, and making it seem impromptu while on stage.
Yeah, true that. True. We there was one band I was in, and it wasn't my band. And as a matter of fact, this was the last band I was in that wasn't my band, right? That I didn't put together. So I'm just a hired gun. And they wanted to do the thing where the 4 guys line up at the front, they all rock together, you know.
Yeah.
Like, this is so gay. we went to do a show, and I walked up at that, you know, we have the cue, and we all walked up and we were going to do it. I just couldn't bring myself to do it. I got tickled. I put my head down and just kept playing. And the lead singer came at me after the show. You motherfucker. Like, listen, kid. I'm not doing your gay ass synchronized headbang, okay? This is metal.
That's the thing I like the Man of War does when they get all lined up and they start walking towards the audience and everything like that, because they point out one chick in the fucking crowd and they get her to take her top off.
Gene Simmons used to do that with his mirror bass. He'd get a spotlight, and then put it on the chick in the front there. He used to do that all the time. I was like, come on, Gene, that's old. New gimmicks, bro. Do it. It's one thing when you see them do that when you're in your 20s. It's another thing when you see them do that when you're in your 20s.
Well, Alice Cooper's been doing the guillotine thing for what? Fucking 30 years.
Oh, yeah. But see, Alice was an enigma of his own. Okay, he was the first real theatrical.
I'll be back. I'm going to make some coffee. You guys keep going.
Right. Yep. I mean, he was the first real theatrical rock and roller that put on a show, and that's kind of where Kiss got the idea to make their visual more than just like us standing on stage jamming. They gave you a visual show, and that's where really it all came out of Alice, dude. He's the one that started that shit.
Well, he was the original shock rocker, you know?
Yeah.
So, I mean, he had the intense show and everything, and he made everything.
Background dancers doing stuff. I mean, he had, it was it was a show. It wasn't just going to see a band.
Yep.
You know what I mean? There's no other way to describe it. It was way beyond just going to see a band. You walked out of there going, especially the early, back in the day, man. I saw Alice Cooper at the Met Stadium, or not the stadium, the Met Center in Bloomington, Minnesota, and the show got tear gassed. And it's an inside arena.
Damn.
Okay, and somebody blew some tear gas off right by the stage. Right, the first people who left were the band. They got tear gas. They were gone, right? And we're all way up in the nosebleeds, going, "What's going on?" And all these people are running away, running away. And it's like, what the hell is going on? And by the time the tear gas got up to where we were at, it was like, holy shit. And then we were caught in the stampede of, thousands of people trying to get out the building. And man, it was like the worst, dude.
Yeah, that would be
worst.
I
was
terrible.
Also at the Rolling Stones concert. The Rolling Stones concert in Minneapolis, where it was perfectly peaceful and rocking inside and outside. It was a riot of people trying to get in, dude. A riot. Cops and burning cop cars and everything. That's just in the year and time, I think, in rock and roll time book.
Mm-hmm.
I think both of those shows are actually in that book, and I was at both of them. Minnesota.
And my buddy was at the
people.
My buddy was at the Great White Show where everything caught on fire.
Ooh,
and
that would have been harsh.
Yeah, I mean he got out okay and everything, but I mean he was there. It was pretty wild. He called me. Oh yeah, I mean he called me on the phone. He was like, "Dude, Great White Show just caught on fire and burned the fuck up." I was like, "It was that good, huh?" And he's like, "No, it caught on fire and burned the fuck up." And I was like, "Oh shit, did the pyro go wrong or something?" He's like, "I think so."
Yeah. Yes, Kate. Pink Floyd also put on a great theatrical show, especially the Wall.
Oh yeah. I mean, when it really in the later '60s is when it would kind of stop going to see a band perform and became a stage show, and that's when Alice Cooper was starting out.
That's what I mean. He kind of changed. I look at it like he changed the game when it comes to what the fans expected after that.
Yeah.
It's like we want. You better put more for that ticket. You better give us more for that ticket. Did you see what that guy just did? And everybody upped their game on stage after that.
Best show I ever saw. Sacred Heart Tour, Ronnie James Dio.
Yeah.
Unbelievable show. Great show.
Best show I ever saw would probably be the Radio Chaos Tour. That was Roger Waters and a whole bunch of different artists that came in and played different songs. Jim Lamb from KLOS in California was actually on stage in a DJ booth, DJing between the shows, just like the album. I don't know if you've ever heard the album, but Radio Chaos is like a radio show. But it's, Roger Waters, so it's going to be fucking out there musically as well, right? But the show was amazing, dude. I was blown away, and I don't even like half the people that he had in that show.
I remember
the best show I ever saw was
Go ahead, Matt.
9 Inch Nails during the Fragile tour, because they had a big curved screen in the back and this gauze screen in front. So like you had like this 2-layer video performance on top of the band, right, where the band was like the band was in the middle of the two screens. So it was like you had this ghostly stuff on the front and then all the crazy stuff in the back, and then the band was playing with all the lights and everything, and it was just it was extremely fucking fantastic.
So true story. When I was in boot camp, not active duty, boot camp, they marched us over to a part of the base I had never been to before. And as we were marching over there, I was like, God dang, man, not just our whole division, the Marine Corps because San Diego Marine Corps boot camp and they boot camp right next to each other. Right. Marines were marched in. We're marching in, and it wasn't just our division. It was all 9 divisions were marching in. That's everybody. And I'm like, what in the hell, man? Is there a war? And we're getting called up. We're going to give you put on, because it was right beside that deep canal that ran through Preble. Yep. And I'm like, they're going to put us on landing craft, and we're going out to LSTs, and we're out of here. You know, something's going on. No. They sat us down, and there was a stage. It was a USO show that nobody bothered to tell us was going to happen. Aldo Nova opened. Cheap Trick. Oh shit! I'm blanking. Cheap Trick, Aldo Nova, and somebody else. I forget who now. I'll remember later. Free show.
Nice.
Yeah. Aldo Nova with Journey.
That was awesome.
That's good stuff. I mean,
they came to Phoenix one year and sold out like within like 15 minutes. So they set up a second show, and Aldo Nova opened for the first show, but he didn't hang out for the second because he already had an obligation somewhere else or something.
Yeah.
And they pulled a local band, dude. I think they were called Rip and Tear or something. They pulled a local band and put him up there to open. And of course, the crowd, because it was a local band, they loved it, right? You know, they didn't boo the opening act off that night. Phoenix is horrible for that, man. They don't like the open. You don't go there with an opening act. It's just not a good idea.
I've seen a bunch of, like, I remember
John Cougar before the Who got hit with a beer bottle in the head. You know.
There was this show here they used to do every year called SummerSlam. The rock radio station used to put it on. Right. And one year they had it's a whole all day long thing, but at the end of the night is your last 2 bands, and it was Faith No More.
Ooh.
And then the headliner was Pantera.
Ooh.
And Faith No More got booed off the fucking stage.
Yeah, no way.
Because everyone just wanted Pantera, boss. I mean, it was Kansas City.
Look, I enjoy Pantera, but god dang, man, Faith No More is awesome.
No, they're great. Don't get me wrong. I love Faith No More. But their musical style of Faith No More is not anything like Pantera.
Yeah.
Right.
People all those tickets to see them.
Yeah. Well, that was like, what was it? It was when Metallica and Queensryche toured together. Those audiences are not even in the same hemisphere.
Yeah. I mean, I see what they're doing. They're trying to get more people at the show from pulling from different audience demographics, but sometimes that shit just don't work.
Yeah, that's like putting salt on cheesecake. That shit does not work. But having said that,
best show for the value you ever saw. I'll start, and mine was I saw Joe Satriani at the Arizona State Fair for $5.
Yeah, I saw Coal Chamber and Static X for $5. And those shows, and then they both put on great stage shows. So
REO Speedwagon for free.
Well, now free don't count because I've been backstage at shows and been free at a whole bunch of them. I'm talking about value that you had to pay for.
You got to let me actually finish sentences, dude. I paid the ticket for Six Flags. They were playing at Six Flags. You could get in for free.
I bought a ticket to the State Fair for $5 and got to see Joe Satriani for free.
That's
$5.
Basically what I just said. Which was a surprise to me because, I had seen Joan Jett there. I had seen, what do you call it? Rick Springfield, of all people.
Oh, wow.
I just got Chris at the Arizona State
Fair. We had, and the Missouri State Fair, they had one year, they had ZZ Top and, oh damn! I just had it. What was the name of the George Thorogood and the Destroyers?
Oh man,
George is a headliner.
George.
Well, so ZZ Top.
Band that got out of control. That's all George Thorogood is. He's a bar band that got out of control.
Yep.
Way out of control. Good stuff though.
Yeah, I love George Thorogood, man.
Good stuff.
Anybody that can say bad. That man got lips for days.
Rad.
Good stuff. Good stuff.
Wait a minute.
Steve B. Steve
He
B in the house.
all day about 9 pounds, even at the time super cheap because it was. Oh, nice. Very cool.
Sweet.
Good morning, Stephen B. Good morning. Yeah, you know, if you enjoy the music or if you enjoyed music and you get to go see it. It's almost always worth it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
my buddy that was on the show a couple of months ago, Buford Ogletree, Hot Rod Wall, Psycho DeVille's, they just came back from their European tour.
Oh yeah, you did say they were going to Europe.
Yep.
Here you go, Doc. Black Hat says it. Is it Thorogood stole this stutter from BTO? Baby, bad to the bone.
Baby, you ain't seen nothing yet.
Good stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So how was their tour?
Oh, it must have been great, man. He had a ball. And I got to see the pictures from everywhere they went. It looked like it was a great time, you know.
Also, for those of you who don't know, Doc's son is tag team champions of the wrestling federation that he wrestles in.
Yep.
Tag team champion. I showed that. I sent that picture to Chelsea to show to Isaac, because you know Isaac wrestling fan. You know, I'm waiting for a response on that, Doc, because he knows you know Isaac. He knows you. I told him, I said, you tell him that's Doc's son, you know. So
I do not go to my son's wrestling shows because
he got all scratched up, didn't he?
A lot of people don't know though. A couple of years ago, the front door to his house is up a flight of stairs, and he fell backwards down those stairs and had head trauma. Like he was worried he would be able to play guitar again because he couldn't even close his left hand and it was shaking.
Right.
And the doctor told him when he was healing and they were doing the CAT scans, they said, there's an old trauma here. So you fall. It is from the wrestling.
Yeah.
And the doctor told him, don't go do the wrestling no more. And damned if he didn't go right back to doing it again. It's like, dude, man, don't ask me to watch you jump off a 12-foot ladder onto the concrete floor. I'm not doing that. I can't do it.
I mean, I can see as a parent how you couldn't do it, but I mean, when you've got something in your blood, you're just going to do it anyways.
Oh, I get that. It's music, it's art, it's wrestling. He can't make up his mind what he wants to do, and that's cool because I was the same way.
You got to make up your mind. Can you drive?
I didn't do the wrestling, but you know, I did music, I did art, and I'm a writer. He doesn't do that. God dang it! And Max. That was one of the things I was going to say. I'm going to send you the PDF on Pariah. Get your feedback.
Okay.
If that's cool with you.
Yeah, that's fine.
Now, the only caveat is I'm going to rush you because we want to try to go to print early next week.
Okay. What are you looking for on the feedback?
From you, I just want continuity, quality. Pops is doing a grammar check, spell check for me. We got 2 other people doing read-throughs, but I want your feedback because I respect you as a writer.
No problem.
But, you know, don't pull any punches either.
Oh, I don't. I'll be like, this didn't make sense, or the panels here kind of jumped too far ahead in time.
Yeah. There was one transition in time in the book that was just no explanation, no nothing, and I fixed it. But I happened to catch it at the last minute. After
you fixed that shit with a caption 2 months later.
I did. There was another one where the time jump made sense from this character's point of view, but not from this character's point of view. So I had to reconcile that. So, you know, that came from, by the way, something I'll never do again. And that was when I drew it in scenes and just cobbled them together. Never doing that again. I'll go beginning to end.
In Married number 3, the issue 3 for Married Machine Gun, we did a flashback inside of a flashback.
Ooh.
And then we had it like her jerked back to reality, and she was like, "Get out of your head, girl."
We were, Anthony and I both were, Max, you and I have talked about this. It's a revenge story. For those who don't know, it's just a supernatural revenge story. And there's a unwanted, violent sexual act that takes place.
Yep.
If I say the R word, YouTube will take it down. I hate YouTube. Anyway, that scene has to be there to justify what she does to these guys later on. And Anthony and I were doing that. And there's one scene in particular, one panel. It's like there needs to be some small dialogue here. And just trying to find 2 or 3 words for this one asshole to say. There was nothing we could think of that didn't just push it over the gross line.
Yeah.
It's just so creepy to have to draw that.
Oh man, when Fernando was doing
Doc was all
Love and
washing
Madness,
his hands.
Yeah.
when Fernando was doing Love and Madness, and we got to our
scene,
our assault scene. Fernando's like, "This is the hardest thing I've ever had to draw in my life," and I'm like, "Dude, I get it."
Yeah.
Max.
Yeah.
Billy wants to talk to you. Billy Power Max.
Okay.
So you guys, I don't know if Billy, if you want to drop some kind of Twitter something or something, so Max can find you. Drop it in the chat.
Just drop your.
Oh, and Abo Grizz, if you're watching, I messaged you.
Abo's not a weekend guy, man. You never see him on the weekend.
Well, I'm just saying, if he watches later, I sent you a message that has the text of Elizabeth speaking for your wife to read. Which one is it Mo or Joe? Mo is Monica.
Mo is Monica. Joe is Osa.
That's the only way I can remember it.
Joe is Jonica.
Yeah. So I sent Monica's dialogue for the voiceover.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that too.
Yeah, I can't wait to have that. I can't wait for you guys just to see the teaser for the next Pariah book, but I'm not going to start rolling it while I'm still doing Damn Dirty Thing.
Book 1. Their Damn Dirty Thing 2.
Yeah. Speaking of which, let me play that little commercial for you real quick.
Yeah, why don't you do that so I can hit this thing? Thank you. Thank you very much.
And I'm gonna grab my coffee. So Max, you got to hold it down if I'm not back.
All right. Doom, 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 doom.
I can't believe I made it back. And that was with a quick stop to pet the dog. So yeah, I cannot show it. Don't do it, Doc. Don't do it. There's so much coming down the pipe, and I'm only one guy. But I wish I could do all these projects at the same time.
I hear you.
Yeah.
But I'm not that good. I'm not that fast, I should say.
Send another deal.
Huh?
Billy's on Instagram. That's the only place he is, man. Come on.
I think I've got an Instagram.
That's a crappy place to communicate with people.
I know I hate their chat stuff. I really don't like it.
Okay, I'm gonna
Instagram, but I
I'm gonna
can't.
shoot this to you in the Facebook GM.
I built an Instagram for my fine art like 2 or 3 years ago, and I actually had my friend run it for me because I couldn't figure out how to use it. and now I can't get in it because I can't find that friend. She moved away. Emily, wherever you are, come back and help me.
Stephen B, you want me to play a video tomorrow? You want to come out here and hang out live?
Yeah, Billy just needs to send me a message on Instagram. I'm already following him, and he's following me. So
there you go.
The Emily I'm talking about, by the way, she did my little icon right there. She's a manga artist.
Oh, sweet.
She wanted to put me in her book, and I said, yeah, go ahead. As long as I can use that for my avatar.
Sounds like a good trade. Even Steven trade there.
Yep. Look, it's getting critical, y'all.
Oh, it's getting critical for you? Not for me.
The stream will last this long.
I went out yesterday and made sure I was good for the weekend.
Well, I mean, I've got the machine in there. Max, the electric one is to die for. Good, man.
Really?
Yeah. It doesn't make a bum one. It doesn't screw them up.
I know you sent bids, Steve, and I just wanted to make sure I was setting that up or setting up a live, because having a bid in the background in case I need it is, one thing. That's sometimes you send it to me just so I have it just in case. That's what I say. I just want to know for sure.
Max,
so what else automated? What all is automated in the electronic parts? The electronic ones. You just put the back, just the pistons.
Yeah, it's not the one we've got. It's got an inclined tray, so you can put a big wad of tobacco in it and pack, load, pull the lever, and it's done. And the gravity feeds down in there, which is really cool. None of this, and it works really well. It's a skosh faster, and it doesn't screw up. So.
Sweet.
Now the other day the power went out while I was making some, so I had to go get the main one out.
Yeah, you gotta have power.
Yeah, that's the only drawback. And the other one, you got to be near an outlet.
Yeah.
Hey,
but they're worth the money.
I'll be right back, but I'll be listening.
Okay. We're over here telling addiction stories. So, speaking of, Max, what are those, like 8-ounce cans you're drinking out of?
No, they're 12-ounce cans.
Those are regular cans. You're a giant, Max, because they look like a toy in your hand. How tall are you?
6'4".
He's 6. All right, you guys see this, right? Look at this. Hold that can up, Max. That's a normal size can.
Looks like the tiny cans.
How many cases do you go through in a week?
I'd say 2.5, 3.
Oh, come on, man. I've seen you knock a case down during a show.
24-pack of sodas. It usually takes me 2 days to get through one 24-pack.
Okay. All right. So about a 12-pack a day.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, man.
I drink 12 a day, easy.
Now, is it that you actually drink all of them, or you drink it and leave some because it starts getting flat and you'll move on?
No, I mean, that's one of the good things about Coca-Cola is it stays fizzy for hours. I mean, Pepsi will go flat in 10 minutes.
Yeah.
But Coca-Cola will stay fizzy for a few hours. So,
yeah, and that is the difference between Dr. Pepper and generic.
Yeah, I do take one, like I'll take one to bed with me so I can have something to keep my mouth wet when I'm waking up in the middle of the night. My mouth's all dried out and everything.
Yeah.
And that one's usually kind of a waste. Really, I probably should just bring a glass of water in there with me, but I just kind of bring in the last one of the day.
Well, now, when I go to sleep, I have 2 rules. Actually, 3. 1, set up the coffee maker for the morning. 2, I do not go to sleep unless I have at least 3 cigarettes waiting for me when I get up.
Yep.
And there will always be on the bedside table a Dr. Pepper, unopened, so I can Get the day going. Now, having said that, with my declining health and Tacey's insane desire for me to live, I'm not really allowed to do that anymore.
Oh no!
So I have to sneak and hide the Dr. Peppers.
Hide them under the bed. Put them
like
in the
an
mattress.
alcoholic. Hide it in the back of the toilet in the big tank.
Put it in the mattress, and that way it's like you got this big lump. I'm not hiding nothing. What are you talking about?
I mean, guys, it's not like I don't say, "Gee, I smoke too much." I say, "I have smoked too much." I've already crossed that line. Okay.
Yeah, it's past you. It's
We're past there.
long gone years ago.
Yeah, we passed that line. I have drank too many sodas. Okay, not I drink too many sodas. I have drank entirely. Is it drunk, drink?
Drunk,
Crank,
drank.
I remember I was writing a story one time, and a person had to crank a car.
Yeah.
And I didn't know crank, crunk, cranked. Like awake, awoke, awoken, awaken.
Yeah, there's so many different words
There's
sometimes.
just some words I will write a paragraph to get around having to use that word.
Oh yeah.
Kate says drank.
Yep.
Drank.
It is. It is drank.
Have dranken. Have drunken.
Drunken.
Drank way too much.
Gertrunken.
Drink, drunk. I mean, the hardest one of those is awake, awoke, awaken, awoken, woke, and wake.
Yep.
Different. Oh, Dan doesn't have a wrench? Absolutely he gets a wrench. Hold on. Absolutely he gets a wrench. Well, Pops, I guess your little ghost account there gets one too.
I saw Amon Amarth this year, and I would tell you their pyro on their shows are it's just amazing. It's fucking spectacular.
Yeah, you're very welcome, Dan. Yeah, they're good. They're good. And obviously they read good material, because that's a Tolkien name.
Yeah, it's the name of the Mount Doom in Swedish.
Amon means mountain.
Yep.
And it's used that way in Tolkien.
But they sing a bunch of it's like a Viking metal band. They sing a bunch of stuff about Viking stuff, and it's one of my favorite bands currently.
Yeah. I like that flavor of metal. I enjoy it.
And I really started to get back into Lamb of God. They were pretty good. I mean, Memento Mori is a fantastic fucking song.
Nightwish is good.
Yeah, Nightwish, Tarja, and all those girls that have floor.
Man.
Everybody that's moved through that band, they're all fucking superstars.
Yeah. Just a deplorable.
Have you seen
talent.
Have you seen the live version of Ghost Love Score at Wacken Open Air?
Yes.
That is just, I mean, she just hits those high notes.
Floor went on and did a duet with a famous opera singer from Europe of that song. Oh, it was good. Holy cow, it was good.
Yeah, that band.
And look, here in the South, we drink sweet tea out of mason jars. So,
yep. Even though your mason jar has a handle on it, so it makes it more of a mason mug.
Yeah. Anthony and I were working backstage on the book, and I was like, "What are you drinking?" He's like, "Oh, it's sweet tea." It was ice in it, and it was a glass mug. And he goes, "Yeah, this stuff, I don't make it myself. I buy it." And I got to tell you, man, it's probably even sweeter than what y'all call sweet tea in the South. I'm like,
it's like, listen, guy, this shit is syrup. Okay.
Sonny Jim, let me explain this to you. This shit is hummingbird food, and we drop a tea bag in it.
So I'm saying it's like just syrup. There's so much sugar in there, it's just become syrup.
That's exactly what it is. I had to
Can you guys hear the tumult in the background?
No.
No. It's my buddy's. His mom was from southern Georgia, and when I was growing up, and she used to make sweet tea all the time, and it was practically syrup.
Yep. Extreme South Georgia and then the Appalachians up North Georgia are where the sweetest tea is.
Mm-hmm.
It is syrup. You can put it on your pancakes, boys and girls. My ex was from deep South Georgia, down near Waycross, and I think Waycross. And the first time she made tea, we got together. I was like,
"This is sweet." You prefer your tea sweet, huh? Extra sweet.
Yeah, the spoon you stir it with, when you lift it out, it goes.
You can just drip it off of there
It's like molasses, like the title of the stream is. So, by the way, going across the screen there, I decided I'm going to start doing that because, you know, I'm a small channel. I don't get super chats. So if you want to buy me a cup of coffee, there's my Cash App. So if you get any value out of this, you want to throw $5, I won't stop.
And Doc will actually use it to buy coffee.
I absolutely will buy coffee with it. And I did that because the other night, Max, I don't know if you saw this, but I was I was on CG Slums with Anthony, and
I haven't seen the newest one yet. I was watching the one from last week, a couple days ago, but I haven't seen the newest one.
This one it was me, Piper, John Dillard, I forget who else.
Piper and John Dillard are pretty much staples of that show, right?
Yeah. Oh, thank you, Kate. But having said that, Anthony got $500 in super chats.
Yeah.
And I thought to myself, I said, I'm very happy for Anthony that he got that. But then, can I get a cup of coffee?
Yeah. I need some of that for me. Oh, look, he's trying to die.
Ew.
Hey, you can get a Doc sketch card on the Madness Roku Network campaign.
I just sneezed so hard I saw stars.
Blood pressure's all fucked up.
Kate, back there, that's your painting on my easel being worked on. Wait a minute. The chat has lost me. Oh, yeah. It was from the same guy. Most of it. There were a couple of small super chats. And then this one guy, thank you, Kate. This one guy, he was all into Piper losing. Piper was drunk off her ass. So he was just encouraging her, throwing super chats at Anthony.
I actually know what he's talking about. That's happened to me before.
I can't say my tank has ever cramped.
I mean,
made it hard to sit down, dude. Come on.
I've sneezed, and it was, just the whole thing down there just kind of cramped up, and I was just like, whoa. Well, I mean, you get a cramp in your foot, that makes you stick your leg out, and you're all like, oh my god. Just think about having a cramp in your tank.
I may die on stream. Good night, everybody.
You gotta leave on a high note.
Woo. Oh my god damn. Oh, that made my day. Holy cow. That was outrageous. All right. I am going to wrap it up here. We've been going for almost 2 hours now.
All right.
You
I gotta
guys,
be going pretty soon.
you guys
Anyway.
have made my day.
I was going to say, we don't have a game stream at 10 o'clock, so I might just come out and do this shit again. Okay, just come out and hang out if anybody wants to come out and hang out later. Because we don't have a game stream day. Max got to go to the doctor.
Yep.
All right, we'll launch one. In the meantime, I'm not going to play any commercials because I don't have any loaded in my studio. So just know
out everybody's stuff.
here's what we can do. Max, tell everybody who you are, where they can find you, what you do.
Oh, I'm Max DeVille, the founder of Atrocity Press. We make Bad Girl books, 90s style Bad Girl books with flair. You can check us out at atrocitypress.com. It's got all of our social media links. It's got all of our news and all of our shop with our swag, and our comics are available on the shop. We'll be putting up a bunch of new physical books today. So you can drop by there and check it out. If you want to get the physical books, you just wait until about 4 or 5 this afternoon. It'll be done. I got things to do today. My whole day is basically pretty packed.
Pops, tell people who you are and where they can find you, what you got going on.
Well, I just dropped the link over there to the Roku Network Kickstarter campaign, trying to get funding to take all these great shows from the network and take them over to Roku. If you like PDFs, look, you can get Max's Human Hunters. If you like sketch cards, Doc, Rich, a bunch of people doing sketch cards. We're not selling comics, but there's 37 PDFs available. There's a couple of signed copies of a couple special.
That's 37 comic books.
Yeah,
hello?
in one pack.
Yeah, you can get them all in one pack, or you can get them separately by publisher. Okay, we have Committed Comics and Omen and Revelation and a whole bunch of people that threw in, actual sets. Okay, you got the whole first trade paperback of Six Gun Gorilla there. Now, you're not going there to buy a PDF. You're going there to help us build this network. But we're offering you all kinds of cool stuff if you come help us out. Okay, so go check it out, see what all is available. If you do run a show and want to bring it to the network, it's very inexpensive. Max gave us a deal that none of us will ever see again.
Well, no. I mean, it's...
Hey, Gabe, great timing, buddy. We're closing it out.
Let's cut it out.
So, I'm Doc Blaylock. I'm a writer. I'm an artist. Currently, we are about to go into fulfillment on Pariah Blood and Mud, which is the first part of a 3-part trilogy. And I'm currently working on an additional supplemental Pariah story featuring a separate character. It's called A Damn Dirty Thing. It is a noir detective story with a supernatural twist. And, feel free to sign up for that over at darkgiftcomics.com.
Oh, yeah.
If you look on there, my imprint is Rampart Studios. You'll find it there. I have a show every Wednesday here on the network, Doc's Coffee Shop. Be sure you tune in for meme reviews, for important moments in comics history with Tanner Hurley, and for a variety of guests. In the meantime...
Did you look, Doc? Did you watch the show Wednesday?
I did. You did a good job.
Thank
you. Good job. Except you missed the point of the meme with the popsicles, but that's okay. You went on a rant about him. I'm like, fuck that, man. It's a lumber.
Yeah, but it's a replaceable resource. That's what I'm saying. You don't have to pay $38 for a tree it took 50 years to grow. You know what I mean?
In the meantime, I wish you all a great day. And you know what? If you're not having a great day, take a time out and do something to help make it better, because you're worth it. Later, everybody.
Peace.
The doctor is